Land grabbers are now operating in well-coordinated syndicates. They employ various tactics to illegally acquired properties, such as encroaching on lands that have already been allocated to legitimate owners, converting temporary site allocations into permanent ownership without authorization. These tactics have become a widespread issue, leaving many landowners with no legal recourse and contributing to the increasing challenges in the regulating land ownership and development in the city. Kojo Ansah, a realtor, has expressed deep concerns over the escalating problem of land grabbing affecting his company. According to Kojo, developer often pose as legitimate owners, deceiving both buyers and local authorities. He explained how his company acquired a specific piece of properties only for developer to claim ownership fraudulently.
In return, Sesam, to bring investment into Nigeria, put over $2.5 million in Houses for Africa Holdings, the parent company, for those funds to be brought into Nigeria. And this is the share certificate of Sesam Jonah, signed by the founder of the company, Edward Galanti, who is an American. As I said, this is a Delaware-based company doing business in Africa. So Sesam became the board chairman of this global company, which now had a subsidiary, House of Africa Nigeria Limited. By the way, this company, as of today, is bankrupt. It has been bankrupt since 2011, and I'll speak up to it. The only surviving shareholder, because all the other shareholders relinquished their shares. The only person who has shares in Houses for Africa Holding today is Sesam Jonah. So anybody purporting to be representative of Houses for Africa Holding must be subjected to strict proof to show how and the locus they have in that company. Hence, when I saw that a certain individual parading to be the owner of the company is a dubious and fraudulent presentation by that person. And it's very interesting that you mentioned land grabbers, because that is what I'm dealing with right now. And this time around, the land grabbers I'm dealing with are from within, who have made a determination that they are foreigners. So we can use certain elements in the society to bully them and grab their lands. The issue that we are dealing with now is land being grabbed forcibly from my company through pseudo characters and individuals hiding behind certain elements. Land over 100 hectares of land that we are talking about here. Now, we have proceeded to court, and the court has granted us injunction, which I will furnish you. I think you probably have a copy of that already. The injunctions that have been granted already are in excess of 80 hectares of land, and that is the dubiousness of the situation. The persons behind this land grab are individuals claiming to be owners of the company, and yet have not been able to prove that they have even half a share in the company. Every country, including my countries of origin, the United States of America, Ghana, and Nigeria, are governed by rules and regulations that govern transaction of business entities, especially companies that are not sole proprietorships. And in this case, we are talking about a company that is registered at the Commission of Corporate Affairs, where a simple check will determine that the individuals parading to be owners of the company are not. In fact, the company has been operating since 2011, has a CEO substantive CEO, who is still on ground. Shareholders are there. And so for somebody to now parade, and this person entered into a joint ventureship agreement, which I have here. This person entered a joint ventureship agreement with this company in 2013. Knowing this is the owner of the company, where you sign this joint venture agreement, right here, these are your signatures. So in 2013, you knew who the owner of the company is. And you were given a certain responsibility that helped the company, because we're a foreign company, assist us to get our approvals. Indeed, and I'll give you swift advice. When this document was signed, my principal transferred $600,000 from UK for him to engage the town planners and also all the processes that are due for the development control and urban and major town planning approvals. When that was done, my principal again transferred $1.6 million, which we used to pay the development control approval, which was actually paid by my office. So I have the original receipts and the remitter that was used to pay. I will give you copies of that before you leave my office. And in exchange for his service, which is also spelled out in this agreement, my principal gave him 30% of the land, which again is annotated here, where you see in the layout of the estate here, you see the signatures and the individual signature here, acknowledging the 30% of land that was given to him. And this is further emphasized here in sizes. So in cluster 3, he was given 18.7 hectares. In cluster 2, he was given 19.4 hectares. And in cluster 3, he was given 27.2 hectares. All this was honored by my principal to the letter of this agreement. Now, what has happened after that? This individual has now further gone into our land, which is not has been part of what is here, and has now sought to appropriate to himself over 100 hectares of land, and has used certain elements in the security forces to protect him. I was physically attacked. And in this instance, I have made a report to the embassies of my country. The Ghana High Commission has been informed, and I've furnished them with the videos, which I've furnished with you, to where I was attacked by the Mopo 45 agents who have been working for him, where they threatened to shoot me. Indeed, they shot 3 gunshots at me. I have also reported this issue to the ambassador of the United States of America, and this matter is going to be dealt with at a national level, because in my country, Ghana, there are many Nigerians who are doing business and nobody is disturbing them. In fact, some of my best friends are Nigerians.
Could you further describe the aggressive method employed by these developers, sharing a particular troubling experience where a mob was sent to intimidate and invade his property?
We are going to defend our rights. But unfortunately, a lot of people in this particular estate have had their rights trampled over by this individual. There's a plethora of these instances, and if you care to do your research, you will find out that I and my company have the capacity and the story on our side to fight for our rights. And we will do that. In the process of doing that, we are hoping that such acts will not be visited on other people in the future by these certain individuals. So I am appealing to the government, to the FCT minister, to the FCT command, to the Nigerian police force, to do a thorough investigation on the matter, to make sure that all the parties respect the human rights of and dignity of the people. Because in the event that I was injured or shot, do you know what would have happened in Ghana? UBA Bank is doing business in Ghana. Zenith Bank is doing business in Ghana. Fidelity. As a matter of fact, on January 7th, when my president in Ghana was sworn in, the guest of honor was the president of Nigeria. That tells you about the special bond between the people of Ghana and the people of Nigeria. So to use xenophobic attacks against us because we are Ghanaians here, the reprisal effect in Ghana, because yes, today we are in a foreign land, so are other people, foreigners, in my land. So we should all be guided by the truth. There is no way that a foreigner from Ghana will come here to come and fight for land that does not belong to them. Now let me make this point, okay? My principal has advised Nigerian presidents for 12 years of his life. And his record, Sir Sam Jonah, you can Google it. Nigeria president is not the only president he's advised. He's advised 13 African presidents. He was the first African to have a company listed on the New York Stock Exchange. When he had an opportunity to do a real estate investment, he did not do it in Ghana. He came to do it in Nigeria. He came to do it in Nigeria.
The encroachment on Kojo's land, he adds, is not just a matter of illegal developments. Legal actions have been initiated with court orders in place to address the issues. However, the process remains slow and the situation continues to worsen despite the legal proceedings. Real estate experts explained the procedure for land acquisition in the state in the capital city.
Plots that are FCD plots, as ones that comes with FCDR of O, the ones from Ages and C of O, they are not so much open to land grabbing. Where you encounter land grabbing most of the time are municipal plots, Hamad plots, Kuji, Papi, what other area council plots. Those are the ones, and the reason is because it's not fully plotted on the system. In fact, even with your paper, you have to go and some sort of register before you'll be given a TDP, signed TDP and stuff. So this signed TDP usually is what is being compromised. So these land grabbers, maybe they clone signatures of most of these directors from FCD.
Despite numerous requests for interviews, the relevant government ministries have yet to respond, leaving the public and affected individuals without adequate information or support in addressing these growing issues.